Hey, Deanna here. I am so excited to share with you my newest collaboration with Emily Stone of CollageSoup. This is Lost Letters. It is another collage book that I've collaborated with Emily on, and it's all about asemic writing or writing that you can't read, and lots of fantastic background pages in here for your collage projects, your journals, and I'm going to do a little demo today of my intention cards that I've been making. If you've been following me, I have a series of videos on my intention cards, and so I'm going to demo a couple more today using the CollageSoup Lost Letters book. Now this is the paperback book. You can also get an e-copy where you get sent a link and then you can download it and you can print out as many pages as often as you like. And that's nice because the paperback is a double-sided book, and so I often like to have both or even an extra that I don't cut up. But that's just me. So I wanted to show you some of the pages that are in here. And let's see. Lots of nice backgrounds. I focus on some neutrals, and there are a few pages with brights, reds, magentas or smoky blues, maybe some oranges. We've got some tea-stained papers in here, and I love all of these characters and the black smudging. There's some music paper, lots of torn pages. So really fantastic materials for your backgrounds. There's some butterflies, and more towards the back there are some butterflies. I love wings, and some botanicals, some more torn pages. And I have used these quite a bit this weekend. I love the dandelions, which is probably what I will use today. So this is CollageSoup Lost Letters, and you can find it at collagesoup.com. The link will be below in the comments or in the notes. And so I have printed some of the pages out today. I finally got myself a color printer so I can print out the pages that I want. And I have been using these dandelions. Let me show you. I have been making these collage. Sorry, you're going to hear my husband pounding in the kitchen in the background. He's making fruitcake for the holidays. Anyway, I have been making these little shadow box images with vintage photos, and here is a lid where I have used the dandelion on that. Here's another one. I have used the dandelion, and also the blue background is from the CollageSoup Lost Letters book. This is some of that, the blue and these butterflies. I've added some other textured paper, and I'm teaching these in a project in person at a local community center in November. And I'm missing a box. Oh, here it is. And this one also has a dandelion. Kind of like, I don't know, a parasol behind these cute little ladies. And then there's the dandelion also on there. So maybe I will do a video about these boxes. I was practicing them yesterday with my CollageSoup Lost Letters paper, and I was really excited about that. But today I think we'll do some cards, and so this is an example of my intention cards. And I just like to make these little, it's just mixed media paper that I've painted on and then cut up and added marks and scrap pages and words, and they just become like a little deck of cards for me to either give away or look at, inspire myself, share with others. And these are the cards that I've got today to use. And I think I may go with, I don't know, 3 or 4. I like to work in a set at a time. And then these are some of the pages that I've printed for using on today's cards. So I printed the dandelions. Here's one. They're so cute. I love them so much. This one is printed on matte cardstock, which is really nice, prints really well. This is just on copy paper, so you can see that prints really well too. These dandelions were more, you can see I've used some already. These were more like a black and white version, or almost like an x-ray of the dandelions. I really like those a lot. So I want to use those. So I printed a few of those. And then I've also printed some pages that had some of the magenta in it because I thought it would go well with these cards. So I've got a couple of those with the magenta. And other items that I have on hand are, this is from Foamies. It's asemic writing, and I would have to look up the artist that produced this stamp, but it's on Foamies by KP. And I've got some watercolors, I've got some books for words, and some other scrap papers that I've painted on, just to have on hand. And my little dish of tiny scraps in case there's anything in there I need. I've got glue, scissors, pens, pencils. Hopefully I have everything I need, and inspiration comes quickly. So sometimes the cards are landscape and sometimes they're portrait, and I'm thinking with the dandelion that I'm going to make these portrait. And let's see what we've got here. Kind of like this black and white one. And I'm going to cut it out of the page. Could even just do, no, I'm going to cut the whole thing out. Kind of looks like it's on a hill. I try to find a horizon line in my card, so to me this is kind of like a hill. This is in the foreground of that somehow. Let's see what else. This one, that one might go better there. Oh, did you hear my laundry go off? So just trying to test things out and see where they look best. Kind of like that one there. I am also doing intention cards in one of my Let's Face It lessons, which opens for registration Monday, October 21st. And depending on when this airs, might be as we speak, might be this week. Anyway, if you're interested, that link will also be in the comments. I just really like to create these little cards. I think the yellow looks good with the pink, or maybe that blue. Double. So I'm just cutting the edges off. Kind of making a zigzag around the fluffy part of the dandelion. And because they have the edges missing, I'm using that as an opportunity to offset the flower. Alright, so let's go ahead and glue those down, and I'm just using my Uhu stick today. And I try not to overthink and keep it simple, kind of have a pattern with each item, with each card. Makes it a little bit easier to put together a few at a time when you're using similar papers. It also creates kind of a cohesive series if you're looking for that, or a set. All right. I can already tell this one's going to be my favorite. And I really like this textured paper. I think I may put some of that on. I think it'll go with all of them. And so I've put it over the stem here, and it's coming off the page, but I'm just going to trim that off with my scissors. let's do a little bit more of that. Doesn't have to be all on the bottom, but it's kind of like grass or something. I may just stick with that. This one I think needs a longer piece, so let's have some. And one more here. I really like to add texture to my cards, or any project really for that matter. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do some stamping. And I'll show you what this looks like. On my scratch paper. So it's just kind of like words that you can't really read. And I'm going to stamp it right on my flower. Like that. So starting to build up some layers there. I really like that. I will put the name of the artist and the link to this stamp. I really like this one. There is a negative and a positive space or stamp, and you can stamp them together. I really like that. Nice. Okay. Next, just going to look at these two pieces of paper that I printed and see if there's anything on this one maybe that I want to use. I'm kind of liking just keeping the dandelions a little simple. So maybe not right now. And the other thing that I like to do is draw some little botanical vines or flowers. That's what I would be looking for here. If there's anything like that. Or even like some of these words, I'm adding some of those other words, so maybe. Or this here might be interesting. So I'll experiment with that for a minute. Let's see. Just trying things out. I don't want to cover up the dandelion too much. Let's see what's happening with this. Interesting. I think I am going to glue that one there. Keep that one like a border. Trim that off. And sometimes I'll put them together and then leave them for a day or two and come back and find that maybe I want to add another color or something. Okay, now I'm going to do some botanicals. Not with that pen. I think this pen is running out. This pen is not waterproof, so I will be sure to remember that if I do decide to do any watercolor or anything on it, or water in any way. You see that? I think I'm going to do one more here. Okay, and I'm going to do that on these as well. And because there's black here, I'm going to do this one with my white jelly pen. Okay. I'm going to fill the leaves in with my copper you can see that. I think that looks good. Nice. So, I don't care for fruitcake. Craig, my husband, I can hear him stirring the batter. And he and his brother trade fruitcakes during the holiday season. And then Craig keeps that fruitcake in the refrigerator forever. It's like years old. He's still eating it, and it's been, I don't know, I think it's like 5 years old, but he says it's not that old, but I think it is. Is that okay? Is that okay? He's still alive, I guess it's okay. I don't know. It seems kind of gross to me. But let me know if you save your fruitcake forever. First, if you like fruitcake, do you make it? Do you like it? Do you eat it? And then do you save it in your refrigerator for years and years and years? I mean, the fruit is rum soaked, so maybe it's preserved? I don't know. I don't know. Just seems not okay. Okay. Okay, those look pretty good. The next thing I'm going to do is choose a word, and I'm going to use this Chit Chat from Tim Holtz's Ideology. I've had it forever, but I think that it will be good. So again, I'm not going to overthink it too much. But they're not very sticky, so I like to add glue All right. There. Create. Cute. What else? Dreams, inspiration, imagine. Imagine. I have them, some are in white and some are in black, and I have an easier time using the white ones than I do the black ones, but I'll try to use the black one there. And let's get one more. About just dwell. Whoops. Okay, so we have imagine and create, dwell, and inspire. Which one is your favorite? I think mine might be this one. Create, and I also like this one. Inspire. Okay, well, I hope that you enjoyed this demonstration of the Lost Letters pages, and let me know if you have any questions, and the link to the ebook and the paperback will be in the comments below. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye.